Welcome back to the Unfiltered Sports Weekly. I'm the Beebs.
The Kev is in the house.
As well as St. Joe.
You know, fellas, it's like we do this every week, but how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm a little upset about a driving episode that I had earlier today,
Boy.
but not as upset as the guy who pulled over and wanted me to pull over, I guess to have a discussion, you know. but I abstained from the pulling over of the car and just told him he was number one on
Did
the
you
way
throw
by.
did you throw your shoe?
I didn't throw my shoe. No, I'm not Islamic.
Driving issue. Oh, wow. Wow. Driving issues in Florida. Go figure. Oh, let me take
Yeah.
the chair there. Yeah, driving issues in Florida. Go figure.
Yeah, so I'm a little upset about a driving episode I had. I mean,
Where
I
were
talk,
you when this happened? Because it's
I,
very
I,
important on how
I,
upset you get around here.
I was actually on this road that a bunch of idiots are on. It's called Nocatee Parkway.
Oh yeah, that's
You know,
a tough one. You're
the,
safe
these
out there.
fucking idiots that live out there think that since they're in high society, that they don't
Hmm.
have to follow the motherfucking rules.
Yeah,
You know what
that's
I'm
St.
saying?
John's County for you. Yeah,
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 I'd rather be in 32208. Those are my people.
yeah,
You know what I'm
yeah,
saying? But out there in the 32082 or whatever, you know.
yeah. Over here by me there, yeah, they just think they can do whatever they want. But
Do
you
you,
would have
do
been
you,
up a little bit north, or you wouldn't have pulled over. You would have just kept going.
do you ever say, like, if somebody asks you where you live, you're like, I live in the PVB.
Yeah, yeah,
Dude, somebody said that to me today. And I'm like, are you a fucking idiot?
yeah.
I mean, seriously.
Yes, it's exactly what you said. I
The
guarantee it.
the PVB. I live in the man. I mean, are they like flashing gang signs in the PVB? Is that
No, but
it's like
I
is
mean,
that like the Snoop Dogg and the LBC?
that's right.
And
That's
shit
right.
like that.
I mean,
I mean, it just every day I wake up and say, "Hey, look, it's going to be different today." And every day society proves me that there's just a bunch of goddamn dumb fucks out there.
well, you got to get a little. You got to get up with the kids' lingo, is what they call it.
Yeah, with the Riz.
Yeah, the
You know,
mid and it's
with the
sus.
Riz and what, Dad? Why you so pressed, dude? If you say
Exactly.
pressed to me one more fucking time,
Man, you're cooking. You're cooking. You're so sus. It's crazy.
That's
Crazy,
cap.
man.
That's
yeah,
cap.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like
Yeah,
life with teenagers, man.
oh, it's
If you don't have if you have small children out there in listener land, if you have small children, you just wait until
yeah,
they're teenagers, and then you start to speak their language,
It's bad.
and number one, they hate it. They absolutely hate it. They're just like, don't. I remember a couple of years ago when the term emo was out there,
hmm
like
hmm
emo. Well, it
yeah,
happened to be about the same time that The Force Awakens came out, right? And so that part of The Force Awakens when Kylo Ren's just taking his lightsaber and just like hitting the like computers and stuff, right? And I'm like, man, Kylo Ren is emo, and my daughter's like, don't ever say that again, you know.
that's funny. That's funny. Yeah, I try to talk like him when he gets his whole friends around. It's yeah, everything is bro, bro, and I'm like, stop it. It's just not cool.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah,
I love that shirt that says it goes from ma to mommy to mom to bruh.
yeah, yeah,
Actually, I have a
yeah.
funny story about this because last summer we went to go visit my parents in Wyoming, and while we're flying on the way, my son calls me bruh. He's like,
Ah,
"No way, bruh," and I was like, "I'm sorry, no, you're
yeah.
not going to call me that." And I looked at him and I said, "And you better not call my father that." And I kid you, not within 10 minutes of us being there, he goes, "Wow, bro, that's awesome." And my dad looks at him and says, "Did you just call me bro?
Yeah,
I'm your
Dude,
grandfather."
yeah.
so we were going out to dinner one night, me and soon to be more famous wife and my son, and we're going to dinner over at this horrible, horrible, horrible place called the St. John's Town Center. And we're over there and we're waiting for a table, and the soon-to-be world-famous wife just, kind of jokingly says, don't they know who you are? To me like that, and my son goes, yeah, go up and tell him that you need a table for the keb, like that. And I looked at him, I'm like, if you ever call me the keb ever again in your life, I'm one name to you. It's Dad.
That's
Yeah.
it. Not
There's
Papa.
the new trend that's going around where they call their parents by their name.
Uh-uh.
And I'm
Not in
like,
this house.
interesting.
It's not happening here either.
Interesting. It is funny though. Like, if you call your wife, you always say like honey, sweet, whatever. And then if you call your wife by her actual name, she like looks at you weird, like, what's wrong with you?
Are you angry?
Well, it's the other way around too. It's like if soon-to-be world-famous wife calls me by my name, I'm like, either I've stayed out too late.
Right. There's some. What did I do?
There's something wrong.
Right.
What crime
right.
have you committed?
I didn't take the trash down. I didn't
Right.
I didn't take my stuff to the sink.
Right.
I mean, it's I did something wrong.
Yeah. It's
Shine
like
the fact that she doesn't ask me a question all night long, and then when I'm 3/4 of the way asleep, she wants to pop 20 questions.
Right. Exactly. That's
Do
not
you
the
have
time
the
to talk.
answers? at that
No,
time?
I got. Hey, can I ask you a question? Yeah, why aren't you asleep? Shut the fuck up.
Yeah, exactly. It's not the time that I want to talk. 5 minutes before I want to go to bed. No.
Right. Because some people are like a get in bed and read a book kind of person.
Yeah.
Not I. I'm a get in bed and go to sleep and wake up and do it again.
Yeah.
I find that
Also don't talk to me before I've had my first cup of coffee. Do not
Yeah.
ask me important questions before I've had a cup of coffee.
Yeah.
yeah,
That's just something. That's one of the rules.
yeah, yeah. Anyhow,
I get the feeling there was a good conversation getting ready to happen that you were getting ready to share with us, Kev. But you,
yeah, we're gonna keep. We got NFL draft this week. We're live on YouTube and Twitter. Again, there's 5 people that aren't gonna comment and say hi. But
They never
that's
do.
cool. That's
It's all
cool.
good.
Fuck them.
Wait, I might
you
get
know,
in the comment. So wait a second. So
I mean, if you're gonna tune in and watch, and you're not gonna comment, what the fuck are you doing?
easy. We want more.
Seriously.
We want more. It's fine. Last week we had like 20 some. I was shocked.
that didn't comment.
Yeah, that's
Not
Not a
so
single comment. That's right.
I know you're scared out there. I know you're scared. You don't know. I mean, maybe they don't want it. I mean, we're gonna read it. We're gonna flash it up there. So I mean, come correct. Have a take.
It's all right. But all
Have a
right.
take.
So I got my drama. I'm gonna kick it off before there's gonna be plenty of drama with the draft when we're gonna go
Sure.
over it. But I got more drama because this is Mama D is gonna like this drama. Or maybe she won't, but we're gonna find out. But you have to bear with me because I'm gonna play a clip. I'll put it up here on the microphone, and because this guy explains it much better than I can. So we all know that Taylor Swift dropped a new album, right?
Did she drop 2?
Well, that was part of the drama. Was built into the drama. Kev,
Okay. Sorry.
jeez, don't steal my spotlight. It was originally
it's dimming.
Yeah. Oh wow, that hurts. It touches me right
I
here.
don't think it's dimming. I think it's getting brighter.
Well, if you would hurry the fuck up and spit it the fuck out.
Oh
if
my
you would
God,
let him.
let me talk. My God, it was supposed to be,
going on mute.
the it was supposed to be like a release of a single album, and then one of them was a double album. So, but one of her little fun things that she does is she has a bunch of Easter eggs that are hidden out through all her albums, and these Swifties go nuts to try to figure out everything. Well, this guy has figured out exactly what's going on. So I'm gonna play a little clip, and you just listen. So here we go.
A secret message to her fans inside the title of her brand new album. I just deciphered it. First of all, this is her 15th studio album, if you, of course, include all of the remakes she did because of the whole deal where she had to remake all of her songs. So if we take the 15th letter, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, we see it's a T. We know that this album was announced at the Grammy Awards, which were on February 4th. 2, 4. 2 plus 4 is 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The next letter is R. Both the album announcement and the release date were in the year 2024. And if you add up 2 and 0 and 2 and 4, you get 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You is fun, isn't it? Now, this next clue was a little tough. I had to dig for it. But in Taylor Swift's song, Did You Ever Love Me off her Evermore album, she sang, did you ever hear about the girl who got frozen? She's still 23 inside her fantasy. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23. M is the next letter. And finally, the album was released at midnight on April 19th. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19.
P.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think what Taylor's trying to tell us in the Tortured Poets department is that she's done baking cookies for Biden. She is officially on the Trump train.
That's it. That's it. That, my friends, right there, may be my favorite little decipher Taylor Swift Easter egg ever. And it just goes to show, how stupid people are, because that is just proves my point that you can manipulate anything into whatever you want it to be.
Have you ever seen the movie Men in Black?
Yeah.
Okay, so there's a line in that movie that kind of goes along with what you're saying. Saying a person is smart, people are stupid, and you know it.
Yep, 100%. When I saw that, I died laughing, because I'm like, this is absolutely genius. And I'm sure there is some kind of Easter egg that she hid in there, which is great. But the fact that this guy is making fun of that is even better. So yeah.
So did I hear there's like 2 hours worth of new songs?
Yeah, 31 new songs. 31
new songs.
Yeah, and there's one about Florida. And it is very, very funny, actually. The song about Florida is very funny.
Just think out there, you could have 31 new songs of Taylor Swift. And there's 31 songs I will never know anything about.
Yeah, I find it mildly disturbing that you've listened to them.
Mildly. Yeah, you'll be hearing them.
No, I won't.
No, well, okay.
Right. Unless they're played on,
on this show while we're sitting.
Yeah.
You'll be, yeah. I just found that absolutely
I just gave St. Joe an idea. He's going to
shouldn't have said
hour worth of fucking
we're going to be in trouble.
Taylor Swift. He's going to get sued by the Swifties.
Taylor Swift episode. Oh, boy.
Yeah, but he can only play 30 seconds of every song, or he's going to get fucking sued.
Yeah, I don't want to get sued by her. She's got billions of dollars, so, really good lawyers.
And she'll send her boyfriend after you.
Well, that might not be the worst thing in the world.
Do you find him a handsome man?
Oh my God! Speaking of this is I could say this. Beyond a shadow of a doubt. Did I tell you? I think I said this on your show that we were walked by Gronk was there, and I could tell you that is a good looking man.
I'm pretty sure you said that on Nailed It.
Yeah, I can comfortably say that. Good looking guy.
I did listen to Nail It, and one thing I wanted to give you shit for, and this is how I know that no one listens to me, okay? Because it's the 2021 World Series champion Atlanta Braves, not 2022, not 23. Okay. It's the 2021. Say it with me. 2021 World
2023.
Yeah, just because the Brewers, the Brewers haven't won anything like ever.
No, 86 or something. They went to the playoffs, or it was not good.
Acuna broke the Braves record for most.
Oh my God! I'm so glad you're bringing up Robert Acuna. It's one of Kev's favorite players right now.
Let me tell you about this fucking guy. Okay, they pay him $100 million. He's hit one fucking home run. You know what I'm saying?
He can steal a base.
He can steal a base. He stole 71 of them last year. He's the only member of the 40-70 club, right? But he ain't going to be a fucking repeat member. And this motherfucker won. I don't give a fuck that he won the MVP last year. You know, it's like everybody's like, you know, the Phillies have beat the Braves the last. You know what? When's the last time the Phillies won a fucking World Series? You want to talk about the past? Okay, I'm not talking about the past. I'm talking about now. You know what I'm saying? I'm talking about now. Showing the fact that we're 15-6, best record in baseball. I don't care. I don't care. Our marquee player can't hit the goddamn ball.
Oh, it'll happen. You know it'll happen.
It needs to happen. Playing the motherfucking Marlins, the third worst team, and granted, it's 5-0. It's 5-0.
Little trivia question, MLB trivia question. Who currently leads the major leagues in ERA team as a team?
What team?
Yeah.
Hang on, I'll get this. Probably the Boston Red Sox.
You got it.
Since
They can't
you're
win.
fucking asking it.
They can't win because they can't score apparently.
Yeah.
But
Yeah, they can't get on base.
Right, that's the problem. Yeah.
You know.
Anyway, but their pitchers, look, that is like the happiest accident, you know, all year is that the Red Sox actually have pitching this year somehow. Last year they didn't have any. This year they have some. But at least, hey, the pitchers are giving them a chance, right?
Yeah,
they should be winning up some of those games. Can't do it, though.
They should be keeping it low. You know, add insult to injury. You know who's pitching lights out? Chris Sale.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Don't bring him up.
I'm just saying. He came.
Why'd you have to bring that up?
He came over to the light side of the force and stole.
So, you guys want feel good story of the week?
I mean,
Sure.
Or I should say the best thing I've seen in the past week. Not only, okay, so let me tell you, there's a guy out there who won the Masters,
yeah,
and then went home, spent a day with his wife who was about to give birth, and then he traveled out to, was it the Heritage?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, RBC Heritage.
Yeah, and proceeded to win that tournament running away as well.
Yeah.
And that's like 3 weeks in a row, right? Am I wrong?
Well, it's 3 out of 4. He won Bay Hill. He won the Players. I don't think he won the one in between that and the Masters. He won the Masters. I mean, it's definitely 2 weeks in a row.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but
I
there's
can't
one tournament that he played in between the Players and the Masters that I think he came in like 3rd.
Guys, I can't imagine like the emotional distress after a major tournament. First of all, like how tired you got to be, and then you're gonna hop onto a plane, and then go see your wife for a day, and then hop on another plane the next day, and then go play another tournament and win. The guy's unreal. He's like a machine. And he's like a pretty nice dude. Like seems like a pretty genuine gentleman. The only thing that nobody's talking about with the PGA Tour right now is a lot of the best golfers in the world don't play for the PGA Tour anymore.
Right.
So then the question should be like, how impressive is it? Granted, he just won the Masters where they did play. But
there's people talking about it. Some of their own people are talking about it.
I mean, so there are some players like missing, you know, that he would have to beat in order to win those tournaments, but they're playing on a different tour. I guess that's something that should be considered, but still pretty impressive to play the way he's playing. And he basically feels like he's going to win every tournament he's in. That's what it feels like. I feel like in the U.S. Open, it's going to be more of the same. Granted, you know, he has that first child. That could change some things for him, but I don't see anybody like just beating him outright anymore. I really don't.
Yeah, say Joe, what were you saying last week that his caddy has made more than like 3/4 of the golfers on tour this year?
Yeah, they get 10% typically, and if they're probably doing well, they'll probably get a little bit more. So, yeah, in the 36 days or 35 days, Scotty Scheffler made 12.6 million. So, at 10%, you know, his caddy's making 1.2 million.
I think that's
good.
before the RBC, right?
Right, correct.
Yeah, so that's 15 million now.
Yeah, I mean, he's doing pretty well. Yeah, so
seems like a pretty good job.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, but yeah, but if in your, so what's your feel good story is that Scotty Scheffler is doing well?
Yeah. It's just like, you know, it's nice to see a good guy, you know, playing as well as he is. And and that he just can keep it going. You know what I mean? It's just I find it just kind of unreal that he's able to do that, just continue to stay on top. He is what is he? He's more points ahead of Rory McIlroy than Rory McIlroy is ahead of Tiger Woods, and Tiger Woods is ranked 726th in the world.
Okay.
That's how
So
many more points he's ahead.
let me ask you this question. Isn't that his job?
Sure, he's doing it well, isn't he?
He sure. But I mean, isn't that where you strive to be, and isn't that where I mean, don't you try to do the best that you can at your job?
Sure.
So I mean, he's reached his pinnacle. He's done what he can do, and he's doing it great. But I mean, um, if there's nobody else to compete against, I mean, yeah, he's doing great. But I mean, good for him. I don't want to take anything away from him. But I mean, the competition clearly isn't there because it's gone to another live.
He ran away from all those players at the Masters and hid.
Right.
So
But if you look at Cam Smith said, hey, we have a problem with our tournament is that none of the top players in our tournament even finished in the top 5. So he said, we got to take a look at ourselves and say that if we're going to say that we're better than the PGA, we need to take a good look in our mirror because none of our people in live even finished in the top 5. So if you want to do something, he says, you all need to shut up because you didn't do very good at the Masters.
they didn't have the live golfers didn't have the greatest tournament. No, there's some guys who are making some. The other interesting story is that Auberg from like Sweden. Is that where he's from?
Yeah.
Mhm.
He had another really good tournament. I think he took second or third again, and he's worth talking about too. I mean, I get it. Yeah, he's doing his job. He's doing what he should strive to do. But I think it's interesting to watch a guy and just. I think the guy's worth cheering for. I think Scotty Scheffler's worth cheering for.
Sure. I think it's also funny to say that the reason that he's like you said, man, you get on a high and you get on a low. That's majority of the reason that people left PGA is because of the grind that they had to go to. Mm-hmm. Now they can make quadruple the amount of money, $200 million contract that they sign to go to and play 7, 8 tournaments a year.
Well, some of them, right? Not all of them. Some of them.
Sure.
The big ones, for sure. Absolutely. Like Scotty Scheffler, how much money would he make on live golf? I mean,
he could go there and sign an $800 million contract right now. I'm sure if they said that.
I guarantee you, if Tiger came to live and he's 700 and whatever in the world, and he said, "Hey, I want to come over to live, but you're gonna have to pay me $1 billion." I have a feeling they'd pay.
They would pay him
just because of the draw that he would bring.
Yep.
I mean, I have a feeling that they would pay it. What I think is unfortunate for Scotty Scheffler is the comparison to Tiger, because every that even makes what he's doing more impressive because every interview, every this this run is going to be compared to Tiger's 2001 run,
right?
And the only way that Scotty can get that off is if he were to win all 4 majors in the same year. Do something that not even Tiger did. Tiger held them at the same time, but 2 were from one year and 2 were from another. Right. And if Scotty would win all 4 in 1 year, I mean that's never been done before.
That'd be utter insanity. I mean,
you got people like Rory McIlroy trying to get the career slam. Spieth is trying to get the career slam. Phil still needs the U.S. Open for a career slam. Because I don't know if you remember when Phil, hey, everybody's screaming, hit a 3-iron, and he hit driver and it wound up on top of the concession stand, and he had a 2-shot lead. And, that seems like another lifetime ago.
That was a long time ago.
It was a while ago, yeah. And I think it's the comparison. Somebody asked me on Sunday whether or not, or Monday when it finished, would Scotty Scheffler now be able to compete with Tiger Woods in 2001. I said that's a stupid comparison. You know, I mean, it just is. You know, I don't think it would be interesting, but
I often
I
wonder
mean,
what that Tiger Woods would look like with today's equipment.
yeah,
That would be probably a sight to behold.
they'd be backing up tees. That's what they
For
would
sure.
be doing. Yeah, they would be backing up tees. They would be making, courses longer, just like they did then.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like they did then. But my favorite duel is not. That's another thing. Scotty Scheffler doesn't really have anybody to duel with. You know, he's killing everybody. You
Yeah.
know, there's no Tiger and Phil, or
Right.
if we remember the great duel that Tiger and Sergio Garcia had.
Ernie Els had a couple
yeah.
duels with him too, didn't he?
Yeah, you know but you know, I mean, like Jack had Arnold, you know, and Gary Blair, you know, and Lee Trevino crept in there with Tom Watson, you know, and then you had the Tiger and Phil,
Mm-hmm.
and then Sergio Garcia for a few years battled with him, you know, and there's no real, you know, maybe Rory, you know, I think Spieth and Justin Thomas have kind of dropped off, but maybe the Swedish kid Ludwig, that's his first name or something like that. You know,
Yeah.
Oberg, I think is his last name. You know,
Yeah.
what's funny is, do you hear him talk? He doesn't talk like he's from Sweden. Talks like he's from Texas because they moved to Texas. So when they figured out he was good at golf.
That's probably a
Yeah.
good place to move if you want to play year-round golf.
Yeah,
For sure.
either there or La Florida.
Yeah.
You know, but anyhow, so Thursday's gonna be a good day. You know?
Thursday will be a good day.
Yeah, I do want to mention one other thing that's kind of irritating me. Okay, and it's going to continue to irritate me when we have 6 people watching and they're not commenting.
You're just gonna have to live with it.
You know, I mean, seriously, what the fuck are you people doing?
You're just gonna have to live with it. It's fine.
Okay, I'm just saying.
Just be happy they're watching.
Huh? No,
Just be happy they're watching.
I'd be happier if they're commenting.
You don't be happy you woke up today. You almost died. At this point, I'm wishing you did.
Oh,
Yeah,
jeez.
you are not in the minority. There are a couple people have been like, dude, we should have blown in your IV. You know?
Oh man.
Yeah.
Jesus. Speaking of dying, I might on Thursday.
I don't think so.
Okay.
Maybe you will.
Well,
So,
let's do this real quick. If we're gonna get into draft stuff right now. So the way we're gonna do it is that St. Joe's gonna start us off because he's a very, very, very poor Bears fan, and then we're gonna go around the horn. We're gonna go around the horn. So, St. Joe, you are now on the clock. We can't hear you.
Oh, hey, you're gonna have to
Uh-oh.
back
Oh,
Yep.
we can't hear you.
on here because whoever's gonna talk gets muted. He can't hear us either. No.
No, I can hear Beebs. This is great podcast right here.
It's inevitable.
Yeah, this is great podcast right here. We can read his. So the commentary right now is St. Joe lost his audio, and he basically said, "What the fuck," you know, and here's
Look
back
at
in.
this is what the dipshit did. Jesus, the dipshit has to play some music, and I'm the one that suffers. This is
you're
the
on.
nightmare that Thursdays. This is what I'm afraid Thursday's going to be like.
Okay, we did some good lip reading there. I mean, I hope you don't speak like that in the Catholic Church.
Oh my God, I do. I look at Father and I'm like,
motherfucker.
I'm like,
Well, and the father looks down and he sees your son saying, "Looks like a lesbian."
yeah, that's exactly right. Speaking of looking like a lesbian, I'm guessing that this guy's gonna wear pink lipstick and a pink purse and a pink. Oh God!
All right, with the first pick of the 2024 NFL Draft, Chicago Bears select
it looks like they're going to select Caleb Williams, which I don't agree with, but it seems like they are pretty dead set on getting him.
Can I
And,
ask you a personal question?
Yeah.
How excited would you be if the Chicago Bears' first pick was actually Drake May?
I would be overjoyed. Although I don't, the rumor has it now. There's so much going on right now, but I really deep down in my heart do think that they are going to still somehow work a miracle trade. But um, I guess I'm going to have to get on board the Caleb Williams train here because I think that it's going to happen. But
I just want to tell everybody out there, if you think Caleb Williams, and I hope the man does good, but everything is pointing to bust on
Yeah.
this kid.
Yep.
Everything is pointing to bust on this
Yep.
kid. And if you're out there and you are waving the pom poms for Caleb Williams, you're a dumb fuck.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
you are just this north of a fucking Dallas Cowboy fan. Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean seriously, New York Yankee fan, Philadelphia Philly fan. You're a LeBron lover. That's who you are. You know what I'm saying?
I think, and what I feel worse about is that, look at juniors down there waiting to come in.
don't even-
I think what I feel worse about is that everybody.
Hey, is this fucking thing on or what?
is this working? Is this working? What I feel worse about for the Bears fans is that we have wanted a quarterback for so long, and this guy's been touted to be the generational talent, and I just think that he, like we talked about before, maybe he'll make the locker room a lot more interesting. But I just think
Why do you
this
say
guy-
that? Do you think he'll be fucking in the locker room? With his pink lipstick and his pink shit, and it's not October.
Not sure I would drop the soap, but I just don't think that he is the generational quarterback that everybody thinks he is. Now, if he goes out there and proves everybody wrong, great. I will love it. I'm not going to say I'm going to be his biggest cheerleader, but if he proves everybody wrong, he's got a lot to prove. So,
So everybody, Mike from the might still be going. Two Penny Pod is with us tonight.
You could say formally of the Two Penny Pod.
that thing's never coming back.
You never really know what we're up to.
I mean, but dude, I tune in there. I kick it on every fucking Friday. And
Yeah.
every Friday, I'm let the fuck down. I'm like, what the fuck?
well,
Yeah.
catch me up on you guys tonight. So you're about a half hour in. Have we already had our debate on our feelings on NIL money?
No, we haven't.
Yeah.
No.
You know what though? We have had a debate, and it has been decided that Florida State got screwed in the college football playoff.
No.
No, but what we have done is we have taken our first pick of the NFL draft.
Yep.
And I think we all kind of agree that the Bears are going to take Caleb Williams.
I was thinking they were going to go with Bronny James.
Yeah.
Hmm.
There's some good news here. But
So speaking of generational talent,
right, but Mel Kiper stepped down and
Oh, he didn't get fucking kicked out when that happened. Okay, well, here we go. All right.
Beebs.
So-
So the second pick in the draft is the Washington Commanders. So you got them taken.
So they have a new offensive coordinator who likes fast offense. So I have them taking a quarterback, Jaden Daniels, quarterback LSU. I think they're going to try and throw the ball all over the field, maybe even run them a little bit.
For those that don't know, their new offensive coordinator is Cliff Kingsbury, formerly of the Arizona Cardinals, and I think he was with USC for about a day.
Yeah, yeah.
But
last year. Yeah.
you know,
Yeah. Do you guys have any other thoughts on that?
does anybody disagree with that?
Yeah, I don't think they take. I think they take a better quarterback. I think they take Drake May.
You do?
Yeah,
Yeah.
those were the two I was kind of throwing around.
So
I
you
did
think
not
you
know.
think Drake May is going above the Heisman winner?
Yes.
You don't think that Jaden Daniels deserved the Heisman Trophy, do you?
No, I didn't say that.
Well, what did you say?
I just said that Drake May is a better quarterback.
Okay. Mike,
Perhaps a better NFL quarterback, in your opinion,
Sure.
That's the one. Yeah.
because
Sure.
there's a big difference.
Yeah.
However, I don't know. Jaden Daniels probably fits in more on the East Coast kind of style there that they're running. It seems like the Commanders like that type of quarterback more than the traditional. But
That's actually true. Yes,
I
see
get that. I get that.
Sure.
but
All
they
right,
definitely need a quarterback. So
that's
I
for sure. They got to find
definitely do.
somebody.
They definitely do. All right, pick number 3 is with the New England Patriots, and I have the I'm slacking.
Oh, for God's sake.
With the third pick in the 2024 NFL Draft, the New England Patriots select Drake May, quarterback, North Carolina.
Yep, that's where I had him going to. I think he fits their style probably pretty well.
Top 3 picks of quarterbacks.
Yeah.
I have something drastically different.
For New
Okay.
England, what do you got?
Yeah. I
Yeah.
have them making a trade. Actually, I have Denver stepping up.
Oh,
Although they did just pick up Zach Wilson, but that doesn't matter. I have Denver making a trade here at number 3 with New England and taking Jaden Daniels.
oh.
So
Wow.
flipping.
Okay.
Do you
So you think they're just swapping picks, or
Yeah,
I mean,
they're going from 3. Well, I mean, they'll give up something else. They'll
Sure,
give up later picks or whatever. But I have Denver jumping up from 12 to number
What?
3 to get a quarterback.
Since we got a Denver fan here,
Yeah.
Mike, what do you think any players right now are on the trade block to trade up?
So yeah, from what I've heard, which I don't like, and I really don't think they would sacrifice him, would be Pat Surtain would be
Yeah.
the
Mm.
trade to get that high up in the draft.
Hmm.
My opinion is that there's enough quarterbacks in this draft that you don't need to do that
Mhm.
because you have a guy that is certainty is a top tier cornerback, and not necessarily quarterbacks that are going to pan out or not. And so, to me, worst case scenario, you end up in this position again because the team is garbage next year, and you have an opportunity to draft other quarterbacks. So, I don't know. Obviously, you don't want to put all your eggs in one basket, but
Sure.
giving him away just to get up to third, where with I haven't heard a lot or read much about the Broncos being interested in Drake May necessarily. I think they're more looking at JJ McCarthy and possibly Bo Nix. But who knows? I've seen mock drafts where the Broncos don't even take a quarterback in the first round. So
Interesting.
they've been having, their whole situation's pretty confusing the last few years. So
All right. Well, pick number
Beavis,
4.
who are the Vikings taking? I'm
I-
sorry, the Cardinals.
Well, are we going to give that to Mike?
uh, people are basically saying that the best talent in the draft is Marvin Harrison Jr. and
Yeah.
they already have a somewhat formidable quarterback, and if they can give him a Larry Fitzgerald, I think that's what they would love to do.
And that's
Yep.
exactly who I have them taking.
I
agree.
have them trading with Minnesota. I think Minnesota needs a quarterback bad, and I think that they like JJ McCarthy. You
Mm.
know, so I have them, trading up and get the Vikings getting JJ McCarthy.
Okay. Interesting.
You have Arizona dropping back to 11.
Hang on, let me get down
Yeah, that'd be 11.
there. Yes, I do.
Okay.
You
Awesome.
know.
Interesting. Okay.
All right. So with the fifth pick, it's my turn, right?
So you have 4 quarterbacks
Actually,
going
mine.
top
Yeah,
4.
You just went with the Vikings or with the Cardinals.
No, Mike did.
Okay. Go
So you
Beavs.
have 4. So you have
I have
4
the top
quarterbacks
4
going.
picks going. Yeah.
4 quarterbacks.
Okay.
I have Marvin Harrison Jr., but
Yeah.
I have the LA Chargers choosing Joe Alt from Notre Dame, tackle from Notre Dame. Seems to be like they need an offensive lineman, and he's the number 1 offensive lineman in the draft. So I feel like they're going to choose either him or another tackle, but there's only two that are in your top 20, probably best athletes on the board. So I'm saying Joe Alt from Notre Dame tackle.
They do need a tackle, but they also just got rid of Keenan Allen. So
They
I
need a
have
wide
him
receiver
picking.
too. Yeah.
I have him picking Malik Neighbors.
Okay. I can see it. I can see
I-
it. Yeah.
I have 4 quarterbacks going 1 through 4. If Harrison's there, they take Harrison.
Sure.
You know,
Yes,
I mean,
absolutely.
Keenan Allen is a loss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Big time. And, you know, Harbaugh's there now. You know what kind of offense he likes to run. So,
Yeah, but he's
you know,
not going to pick a Buckeye.
It's all bets are off. That's like saying, yeah.
I don't know how
Yeah,
that works, but
so-
I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No.
I'm willing to
it's-
bet if Harrison's there, he'll take him.
Yeah, that would be-
Then
that'd be
he
true.
might, you know, because he could give him shit. He could be like, "Look, man, we beat you." You
Yeah,
know?
we did. We beat you a
know,
lot.
You know, but I think since I've got 4 quarterbacks going, I think the San Diego Chargers of Los Angeles.
All day
they,
long on practice. Did you hear
know.
that? Yeah, I made Ryan Day my bitch, and now I'm going to make you my bitch.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah.
And then if I were Harrison, I would be like, well, how much of a bitch are you? You just left Michigan on fucking probation, you cheating motherfucker. You know?
that ring don't mean shit.
Right.
And you ain't never going to get another ring.
You know? We beat Alabama. Oh, shut the fuck up.
All right. So, Giants, I guess I'm up. I have Giants staying put, and I have them picking Rome Oduzing.
Wide receiver from Washington.
Yeah.
See, I had because I had the Chargers taking the tackle. I had Malik Neighbors going to the Giants.
So do
Yeah.
I.
So we're all right in the same
Slot.
names are all in there,
Yep.
just different order right now.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right,
All right.
Mike. I guess Mike, right?
Like Tennessee Titans at 7.
I'll go off the same list that St. Joe seems to be going. And I'll, not that I have any. I haven't watched any
College
plays
football.
of
Yeah.
his, but Joe Alt, offensive tackle at Notre Dame.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
They
I like
they really seem to need that position, and so I think he would fill that hole nicely.
I have
I
the
like
I have
it.
the tackle out of Washington going to Tennessee, but same player or same position.
All right. Representing the A, the Atlanta Falcons at 8.
That's whole.
I'm going with Dallas Turner, outside linebacker, the University of Alabama.
Edge rusher, huh?
Dallas Turner.
Dallas Turner from Alabama. Yeah.
Yeah.
I had them choosing edge rusher out of UCLA.
Wow.
I don't know how to pronounce the guy's name, but yeah, same position.
Sure.
They need it. They need a defensive. What is it? It's not an end, is it?
Well, they
He's
got
an
a
outside linebacker.
outside linebacker is the
Yeah.
technical term, but yeah, I mean they got a quarterback, they got a damn good tight end, they got an offense that could score. They were in the mix this year. Granted, they were missed it, but they were in the mix. So you get them a defense. New head coach. I mean, we saw what happened in Houston.
Yeah.
They're going to be
Yeah.
much more interesting this year, I think, for sure.
Sure.
Yeah.
Sure.
All right, well, we're going to give the number 9 pick back to St. Joe. So
Yep.
Chicago at 9.
Yep. Well, here's another trade.
Oh, they're going to trade down. Okay.
I do think, and I don't think this is actually, there's a ton of lists out there and everything, but I don't think this is a bad play actually. If they do trade down and pick up some additional picks, because if Marvin Harrison is gone, which he would, Neighbors is gone, Odus is gone, Odunes, well, however you say his name, is gone. I mean, those are the top 3 receivers. I think that Chicago's probably looking for another receiver. So I think they trade with the Raiders, and the Raiders pick up J.J. McCarthy.
Okay. So you think he goes to the Raiders?
Yep.
I had Chicago picking up Roman Dunze from Washington, wide receiver.
So, I could see where the trade might happen. I don't think it will because the Bears have this guy named Montez Sweat.
Yes.
Okay, and he's basically the best player on their defense.
Yes.
Right. And just think if they had another one of him.
Yep. I see where you're going.
You know what I'm saying? So I think they keep it and they take that guy that no one can pronounce his fucking name out of at UCLA.
Yeah,
You know,
that guy.
the Liatu Latu, that guy.
Yeah, yeah, he's good too.
Yeah,
they
so
could.
I think
mean,
they
he's-
keep it. I think they keep it and they get because I mean Montez Sweat's all pro.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean motherfucker's
And they just
good.
signed him to a 4-year contract. So
Yeah, you gotta lock him up.
yeah.
You know, so I think they get because, you know, I think if they go with Caleb Williams, they got DJ Moore, they've got him more weapons than Justin Field ever dreamed of having. So I think their offense is going to be able to score. So next thing we have to do is stop the other team from scoring, which they're really shitty at.
Yeah. I mean, you're not wrong. I mean, I'm good either way there. I think the Raiders do need to jump up to get something. So if I see them trading, I can see it trading right there. I think it's a good spot, but
Yeah. Well,
we'll see.
I respect it. Yeah, I
Yep.
mean, it could very, dude, they could take 1 and 9, trade them both, you know, let Washington, take Caleb Williams, and they could have like, draft capital for like the next 5 fucking years.
I mean, yeah, we'll come back at the end. I'll come back at the end, and yeah, but at the end anyway. The next pick to me, the next pick to me is very interesting.
So the New York Jets.
Mm-hmm.
That's mine. I actually kind of. So here's the thing. I didn't like I was telling the kid before everybody came on. I don't know what to do with Brock Bowers.
Yep.
And so I wanted to put him here with the Jets. Can you imagine a healthy Aaron Rodgers with a guy like Brock Bowers?
Yeah, that's where I have what I have Brock Bowers here, and I think that exact reason.
See, the problem that ensues is the Jets need help on the offensive line really bad. And so I had them taking the tackle out of Washington, Fontenot. He had a good season, good senior season with Washington, and he is one of the top 10 athletes on the board. So I guess it's really kind of a toss-up. Do you take the best player on the board, or do you take a need? And I think it's hard. It depends on what team you are and what exactly your needs are. But I do see a great argument for Brock Bowers going to the Jets because I think you give that weapon to Aaron Rodgers, and I think they're a playoff team for sure. And that's scary combo. But I flipped the coin and I just went with the tackle from Washington.
Yeah, I put Brock Bowers there too because I mean if Aaron Rodgers is not our next vice president, God. But yeah, I mean if he does come back and is healthy, he loves his tight ends, and
If
Yeah,
it gets
well,
cold
it's-
enough.
And tight ends have become so much more relevant, in the recent modern football era that if you have a talent that can compete with, the top tight ends in the league, then
yeah,
you definitely want that guy.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So everybody want to be Travis Kelce. I have Brock Bowers going to the Jets as well.
yeah.
All right.
I
So
think that's a good
number 11, assuming Minnesota didn't trade up, Mike, who do you got?
Well, I want the Broncos to get J.J. McCarthy, so I'm going to give them a different quarterback. I'll go ahead and give them Michael Penix Jr.
Okay. Do you want us to give so JJ McCarthy is your number 12 then?
Yes.
Okay. So anybody else have somebody else going to Minnesota at 11? I had JJ McCarthy surviving this long in the draft and going to Minnesota. That's why
I had them trading with Minnesota
to get JJ McCarthy.
Minnesota gets JJ McCarthy. I have Arizona taking Rome Odunze. Wide
Okay,
receiver,
wide receiver.
Washington.
Yeah. Okay. So number 12. Anybody have something different for Denver other than I mean, JJ McCarthy, I've heard whispers that that's who Denver wants. I don't know that they're going to have that luxury to get him, unfortunately. I think someone's going to make a move for him.
I think Denver really, I mean, needs a fucking quarterback. I just think when you look at J.J. McCarthy and what you saw out of him and what you saw out of Penix and what you saw out of Nix, and those are the three, in my draft, McCarthy's gone. So Nix versus Penix. I would take Bo Nix personally. I think he works better, more like a Drew Brees type quarterback, and Sean Payton is very comfortable with that. I foresee Bo Nix in there. I mean, I think McCarthy's going to be gone.
Well, and my thought too is they might not even take a quarterback if they think Bo Nix is still going to be available in the second round.
Sure.
And so they might go for an offensive tackle. Yeah. Because they definitely need help there.
Well, don't let him be at 17 because Jacksonville fucks up drafts every fucking year, and we have Trevor Lawrence and Mac fucking Jones, and
we'll get Bo Nix,
and we'll get fucking Bo Nix, and it'll just be a party down here in Duval.
So I actually agree with Kev. I have Bo Nix going to Denver for the same reasons. I think he has this Drew Brees type of style. He throws the ball all over the field, kind of like Drew Brees had, and Sean Payton will be familiar with that, I guess, comfortable with that. But that's just me thinking. I do think Bo Nix is good enough to be a top 12 draft pick.
And before we get off of Bo Nix, okay, his father, Patrick Nix, played for the Auburn University. He used to beat the shit out of the Gators in the mid '90s.
Yeah.
So I want to tell his father, go fuck yourself. And
I'm sure he's listening.
There's another group of people that need to come correct, and those are the 8 people that are watching us right now that have still not commented.
Oh boy.
Oh yeah. Okay. So
aside from the NFL, though, I did hear that St. Joe's always looking for a tight end.
This is true. This is true.
So if any of our commenters out there, the younger the better. Submit
Also
pictures.
All right. So number 13. Whose turn is it? Is it my turn?
I kind of took 2 turns, so
Yeah. So who comes after Mike? I think it's me. All right. So I have Las Vegas, assuming they haven't already traded up at number 13, taking Aquarius Mims from Georgia. Offensive tackle from Georgia. It's not the shiny pick, but it's probably what they need.
Well, I got them taking the shiny pick, J.C. Latham. Offensive tackle, Alabama.
Okay.
Yeah. That's they're 1A and 1B.
Yeah.
Those two.
Absolutely. They're interchangeable parts. And there's a guy from Duke. There's a guy from Duke, too, you could put in there as well.
You want to piss off your fan base. Hey, I'm about to pick a player the first round from Duke.
They had a good year last year, though. I mean,
Or North Carolina.
Yeah, or UNC, right?
Yeah. Isn't that
Quarterback
basketball
from
school?
North Carolina. Oh. Who?
Yeah.
Yeah, let's trade up and get him.
What? Mitch Trubisky was from Carolina.
right.
That's who I'm talking about, you dumb fuck.
Why I got to be? Don't bring it here,
Jesus.
motherfucker.
Okay, here we go.
All right, so you're number 14, or you're number 14, St. Joe. Well, New Orleans.
I don't know. Talisi fucker.
Fuaga.
Hey, who was that guy that got drafted last year? Play for the Rams. The funny name guy, the receiver.
Oh, Puka?
Puka.
Yeah,
Puka.
yeah, that guy. Okay.
Puka Nakua?
Puka Nakua. Yeah.
All right. Kev, Indy?
No.
Oh, no.
We're Indy. Okay, I
Yeah.
still didn't
no.
give my New Orleans pick.
Oh, who was your number?
Was Troy Fontenot, Fontanou. He's a guard or offensive tackle from Washington.
Or guards.
Okay, so Indianapolis. Number one, fuck Indy. Okay, and fuck the Titans and fuck the Texans. Just get that out of it. But the Indianapolis Colts have the same need. They're almost carbon copies of the Jags. They have the same needs. You know what I'm saying? Other than the fact that they have a quarterback that's going to get hurt about the third snap of the year again. And I'm telling you, Anthony Richardson, I watched him in college. The dude gets hurt a lot. But I got him taking Terry and Arnold, quarterback out of Alabama.
Cornerback. Okay.
Yeah,
Interesting.
corner. Yeah, defensive back.
See, this is where I had Brock Bowers dropping to if he didn't go to the Jets. I had him going to Indianapolis. They need people who can catch the ball there.
That
And I
wouldn't
think-
be a bad fit for him.
Well, they
I don't know
re-signed
that-
Pittman. They re-signed Pittman.
Yeah.
Oh,
And Pittman went
Pittman's
off last
good.
year. I had him on my damn fantasy team.
I've had him
And
the
that dude
last
got-
2 years, and
Yeah, that
he's been
guy
very
get
good.
some points.
All right. So Seattle, I guess Seattle falls to me. I didn't really go past 17. I stopped right at Jacksonville. Okay, so I have Alumiwa Fashanu. That's who I have.
It's aluminum fucking.
Hasam. Well, not going to work here anymore. That guy.
Shimmin'.
Yeah. But that's who I picked.
Oh shit!
Okay, sounds good. That's a beautiful pick. You did great.
Beautiful pick. Absolutely.
That's great.
So we're not
Who'd
gonna
you
let
have, St. Joe?
Yeah.
Seattle. I had Dallas Turner, but yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
So Kev, you get
Yeah.
Jacksonville.
Okay.
Who do you say we're getting at Jacksonville?
Well, all right. So I got some fundamental issues with this.
Oh, here we go.
Yeah, I got some fundamental issues, but
you definitely have issues.
And it sounds like he's going to put the fun in fundamental.
Or the mental. Or the mental.
I missed that portion.
we do need a number one wide receiver. I am a believer that a 11th hour trade is going to happen and Brandon Ayuk is going to be a Jacksonville Jaguar. If that happens, we ain't picking in the first round. Probably not in the second round either, you know. But if that happens, we need a number one wide receiver after the loss of Calvin Ridley.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, we need a big guy. You could also draft Brian Thomas as being your big guy, and those of you who don't know who that is, that's the second receiver from LSU. Yeah, you could go with him.
Mm-hmm.
I think they're going to get a veteran receiver between now and Thursday, or maybe on Thursday. So I think they're taking Kool-Aid McKinstry, cornerback out of Alabama.
Just because of the name Kool-Aid, and that's what you want to say.
That is a fucking marketable name, man.
Yep.
On top of it, he's a really good cornerback. But
Yeah.
anyway,
that dude that's a marketable name.
so I
Yeah.
have a pick from out in left field or right field, whichever one you prefer. But there's a player in this draft.
Acuna plays right field, and fuck him.
Okay, because he doesn't hit right. Anyway,
He's hit one fucking home run. One goddamn home run.
we're still in
Easy.
April.
Off the
You can't-
Magic Dragon over there.
You can't say that on the radio. Don't worry, no one's listening anyway.
There's 8 people. They're just not commenting. Anyway, there's a wide receiver. I know he plays the slot or he played the slot in college. But there's a wide receiver in the draft that nobody's really talking about. And I think he's just quietly having, like, he had one of the best combines. He had a really good pro day at Georgia. There's a receiver out there named Ladd McConkey, who I watched several times during his college career last year. And I think I really do think he's one of the best receivers in the draft that nobody's talking about. I think someone's going to pick him. I think he's going to be a great receiver if he falls to us, which he will, because I don't think anybody's going to pick him. We should look at that guy. Maybe not as maybe not as your number one receiver though, unfortunately, because he's in the slot, and we have someone that is already good in the slot, don't we? Christian Kirk, right? So
Well, you forget we got Gabe Davis,
yeah,
from the Bills, and then we still have Zay Jones, which if we make a trade, he's gone.
right.
So and let's just not forget we just re-signed Evan Ingram, did we not, St. Joe?
Yes.
Yeah.
So we just re-signed Evan Ingram. So and we have a generational talent. This fucking guy throws the fucking ball to the other team, drops the ball at least 4 times a fucking game, but he's a generational talent. I'm so sick of that fucking term.
Oh, you guys
really?
got Russell Wilson this year? I thought.
We went and got him. Yeah,
Dude, mark my words. Mark my words on this. At least one game, Mac Jones will start. Mac Jones will start a game for the Jacksonville Jaguars this year.
Anybody assume that we're going to get an offensive tackle in the draft?
No,
Offensive lineman?
because that's another fucking fucked up thing. Is because
Maybe the late
they fucking think that Cam Robinson's good.
Yep.
I mean that fat motherfucker.
Lost us a couple games last year for sure.
That dude. Say Joe. Seriously, how many holding calls does this dude get?
We talked about this.
And so they take him out and they put this jackass named Walker Little in first fucking play holding.
Yep. Yep.
You know what I'm saying? How do you go? You're 8-3. No, 8-3. Finish out 9 and fucking. That's bullshit.
Well, you know what else is? Oh, now it's 9. You know what else is 8? I was going to say it was 8-3. Now it's 9.
Now it's 9. Yeah, 9-2. Okay. So what do you guys think? You think we have a good draft out of Jacksonville, or do you think we screwed the bed?
I think we shit the bed.
They fuck it up every year, dude.
Every year.
They fuck it up the only time that they didn't fuck it up, like you can't tell me 2 years ago when we picked Trayvon Walker over Hutchinson, you're like, what the fuck are they doing? You know what I'm saying? I mean, Trayvon Walker is really good at Georgia, but Hutchinson, you see what he's doing in Detroit?
Yep. Yeah.
I mean, seriously, these guys were 1 game away from the Super Bowl. And then these fucking people go, well, the Jaguars have had 2 winning seasons in a row. Yeah, what do you got to show for it? Nothing. Billy Bean, if you don't win the last game of the season, no one gives a fuck.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
That's fair.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So,
Mm-hmm.
and then last year, do you even remember who they drafted in the first round last year? No, because it blows. Devin Lloyd.
Okay. I didn't
so
even know.
right, because they blow, and the year before in 2021 was the generational talent. Thanks Urban.
Hey, at least you guys had a fucking first round pick last year.
That's true.
Yeah,
Yeah, the Texans, the Browns, and
I think Seattle had a few,
and the Panthers.
They had like 13 players off our roster.
Yeah.
So St. Joe, aside from the first pick, which you don't like, how do you think the Bears do in the draft?
I think they do okay. I think the Bears
They have
do
a lot
okay.
of picks. They have a lot of
they
early
do.
picks too.
Yep.
So, what do you think, Mike? Denver, how do you think they're going to do in the draft? So, assuming they don't trade down, they get their quarterback at number 12, whoever that quarterback might be. Do you think they proceed after that to have a decent draft?
So the Broncos are in total rebuild mode. This is not going to be our year.
Okay.
So hopefully we just, if we get a lasting quarterback out of the draft versus like the 20 we've been through in the last 8 seasons, that would be a successful draft for us.
Okay. All right.
So Beebs, I'm going to do it for you. How do you think Oklahoma's going to do in the draft this year?
They don't have a player in the first 25 pick. I mean, they won't have a player go in the first round.
You don't think so?
No.
You don't think that tackle goes?
They do have. I mean,
I
they did
forget
have
it.
a pretty
I forget
good
his name. I forget his name.
and they had a good defensive end, but I don't think he was good enough to be like first round or anything like that. But I'll say that yeah, this isn't really the year for Oklahoma players to show up in the draft. There's they had guys stay on for another year. They didn't really declare as many for the draft this year as they have in the past. So it'll be
Oklahoma people are so much more loyal than like everybody else in the draft this year.
Oh, I don't know. They just weren't good enough to go. But they are going to the SEC, so maybe they're like, okay, well, we're going to hang around one more year and see what we got, that kind of stuff. But
There is another quarterback that may creep into the first round.
okay.
He may. You know who I'm talking about? St.
No.
Joe? No? Quarterback out of the University of South Carolina, formerly of Oklahoma.
Oh, Spencer Rattler, yeah.
Spencer Rattler.
Actually watched a guy go off about him.
Could sneak in.
Actually watched a guy
to
talk him up pretty hard today, which
Yeah.
is surprising. But
Yeah.
because every time I watched him, he was good, but I didn't think he was that good. All right, last question from me, guys. Who do you think comes out of like individual player? Who do you think gets drafted has the most success in his NFL career?
I mean, that's always a crapshoot.
I know. But that's why we asked the question, right?
Well, according to everybody here, Caleb Williams is going to be the next freaking Patrick Mahomes.
The problem with him though is he's going to be on the Bears.
Oh,
that's a harmful. That's
I think
it's sad but true. It is sad but true.
with all due respect to the quarterbacks in this draft, I think the best player in this draft is Marvin Harrison Jr.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
think he comes out shiny?
Yeah.
I think it's either him or Brock Bowers.
You know?
I mean, if Brock Bowers goes to the Jets and plays with Aaron Rodgers, boy, that's a good kickstart to your career.
And it's a lot easier for, say, a wide receiver to have a really successful career than a quarterback. Quarterback's more like flipping a coin, where if you're a good wide receiver, you're a good wide receiver, and that's kind of all there is. As long as you have an okay quarterback.
Okay. So I'd say I would totally agree with Marvin Harrison Jr. I think he's probably the best player in the draft. I mean, as far as players are concerned, I mean, if you were to place him all on one level, I think he's the number one player in the draft, but the Bears need a quarterback. So it'd be interesting if they rolled the dice and got him first and then tried to trade up with their second pick. But
Well, I think a much better goal would be to trade the third or fourth guy their first spot and then try to get Marvin
yeah,
with that and then get a quarterback with their ninth spot. And then they'll
yeah.
pick up so much draft capital by giving up the first spot too.
Yeah.
Hey, St. Joe, do you know who Tyson Bagnet is?
No.
That's the current quarterback on the Chicago Bears roster.
Awesome.
The starting quarterback.
Does
for the
that make you
Chicago
feel
Bears.
better?
You know, I mean, but I mean, dude,
Oh wait, that's the guy whose dad is a professional arm wrestler.
Yeah, I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
But I mean, listen to this. So, talk about the Bears for a second. Listen to this. So, the Bears currently, this is the current roster: Keenan Allen.
Yep.
Right. Okay. So you got DJ Moore.
Yep.
You know, naturally you have DeAndre Swift.
Yep.
You know, Gerald Everett. I mean, these are Justin Fields didn't have shit.
No.
You know, other than DJ Moore, who was on my fantasy team too, and he's
went
going to be
off.
on there again. Y'all, dude, I loved him. But I mean, it was almost like he was the only guy that they could throw to. You know, I mean, and Fields got him the ball, but it definitely looking at this roster, I mean, they have to take a quarterback at one. Yeah.
Oh, no doubt. They have to take a quarterback. There's no doubt.
Yeah, because
Well,
if you look, this guy looks like a fucking imitation Mac Jones. This is the current quarterback that they have.
I
Oh,
just
yeah.
think they
Yeah.
totally squandered away a huge opportunity. They should have kept Justin Fields,
Traded number one.
use their picks to just really build their team up.
Yeah, I know they got a 6th round draft choice for Justin Fields. I mean, that's just unbelievable. But
I'm gonna laugh
yeah,
when
we
Wilson
just-
gets hurt and Fields leads them to the frickin' AFC Championship game.
I mean,
the best coach in the NFL is Mike Tomlin.
yeah, I just
I find that as a steal.
I don't know.
That's
I
quite
mean,
a
the
steal,
best
isn't
thing
it?
that ever happened to them was last year when they traded away and they traded away their pick and got the Panthers, because the Panthers ended up giving them so many things for that pick. It's just unbelievable. You know what
Yeah.
they got.
A
So
great wide receiver and their first round pick, which happened to be the first pick in the draft.
Yeah.
Well, and you look at the Broncos, just traded for Zach Wilson. We gave up a 5th-round pick, got a 6th-round pick, and got Zach Wilson. So you're telling me that Justin Fields is worth essentially less than Zach Wilson?
Right.
That's horse shit.
Right. Right. I just
If anybody argues that the Steelers did not win the offseason,
Oh, they won that.
oh yeah.
they have definitely won the offseason.
Yeah.
You know,
So you
but
get
as we
Russell
know in
Wilson.
Jacksonville, when you win the offseason, you lose in the regular season.
Well, Jacksonville's okay because the Simpsons predicted that they'll be in the Super Bowl.
The Simpsons,
Yeah.
that's the longest running primetime program.
Yeah. They predicted 25-0 over the Bills in the AFC Championship that the Jags go to the Super Bowl.
And play who? The Bears?
It didn't say who they would play. It just says that they would get to the Super Bowl.
But that would be.
I'm telling you this: in the current state of the Buffalo Bills, if they make the AFC Championship, Josh Allen's going to win the MVP. He's going to have to.
Yeah.
You know, in the current state of the Bills.
Yeah.
Yeah, because I
Well-
mean, what they got rid of everybody.
Yeah.
I would say this too with the draft and everything like that, and the way that the teams have changed the landscape of the NFL and where everybody went. It's going to be an interesting season next year.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
So,
Lots of change.
and that's what I love about the NFL is that it's a constant reimagining of teams and players. So, don't get comfortable.
You know what else is interesting is the fact that we've been on here for 1 hour and 11 minutes and nobody has
Not one
commented. Not a
fucking
goddamn comment.
Yeah. Well, you didn't say anything interesting.
You know, I mean,
Oh, I think you did several times.
I always say things interesting. Let me tell you about my drive today.
Well,
You know,
You know.
but yeah, this Chicago Bears roster here, that they got to keep those picks.
hey,
They got
can
to
I?
keep the picks.
I know we don't want to promote. Well, I don't care. I'm going to promote them anyway. Have anybody of you been paying attention to our buddy Brad Goss?
I
Well,
haven't.
Yeah,
man.
I mean, I follow him on TikTok. Yeah,
Yeah, he's been doing these like little clips now where he's been interviewing people and just like
Yeah.
popping in and doing it. They're funny. Yeah, I mean, if you haven't, I checked them out the other day and I just have to, he's funny. The guy's funny.
so he does some things on. We could promote him. He's been on this program.
Yeah, we should.
You know, and
it's funny.
And
He's got a million
actually
new
twice.
books out.
Actually,
He's got a million new
twice.
books out.
Anyhow, so he does this thing. I was watching one time. He does this thing on this program called Omegle, where like they just like somebody appears and like
Yeah,
you
that's
just
what I'm
talk
talking
or
about.
whatever.
Yep.
Yeah, and so I didn't know what Omegle was, so I went and found my 16-year-old, and I said, what is this? And they're like, well, you get on there, and then like just somebody pops up, and then you're supposed to talk or whatever, and if you're not interesting, they can like dump you or whatever.
Yeah.
And I
I
said,
think usually it's filled with like dicks, but
yeah. Anyhow, so yeah, he does that. Like I'm gonna try to make you laugh or whatever.
Yeah.
And yeah, they're funny. you
It's
know.
very funny.
But he caught one of them on there, and it was a dude who was like a hacker. All right, if you go back to his feed, it was like a guy who's a hacker. He said that he was gonna like he had facial recognition software, and he was gonna like ruin his life and whatever. And Brad Goss is like, yeah, well, whatever, go fuck yourself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, he was just so nonchalant, and you know him, he's deadpan,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
and he was just like, do you have family members? Like, nah, man, I'm a one-man show, and
Yeah.
he's sitting there with his fucking glasses on.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's
I love
just
that.
so
I love
funny.
that guy. I love that guy.
He's hilarious because he did the whole thing about being racist and he read the whole racist book and all
Clip
the stuff.
Pop,
And
the racist horse cop.
yeah, he's got a bunch of new ones though. He's got a racist dog now and he's got a bunch of different things. So it was funny. And then he went into a whole thing and he's like, "Can I ask you a question?" And the guy's like, "Sure." And he goes, "Is it racist that I won't buy my wife a black dildo?" I'm like, oh my god! So I watched like 10 more minutes of the whole thing. I mean, that's hilarious. I'm like, so it was the little things like that where I'm like, that's awesome. Just little shit. Kev's like thinking of that joke and going, "I'm using that."
No,
It's
I'm
like-
not. Yeah, I will never take another joke from another comedian.
It was just absolutely hilarious. I'm like,
what
"That's
I
funny."
was happy to see, is that he is starting to do more stand up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I that's why I think it caught my attention, and I'm like, that is hilarious. So,
But
yeah, it was very funny.
when you have a shtick like that, I mean, part of his stand-up is him reading books on stage. So it's not like it's. I mean, it's prepared material, but it's not prepared material. It's not like
Right.
I'm going up there and that'd be like the equivalent of me getting up on stage. There's 300 people in at the zone or something like that, and I just come out there and say hello and welcome to the Stupid History Minute.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I mean, that's kind of the equivalent of it,
I don't know. It just caught me funny, and I was just, but anyway. So,
yeah.
who
I
else
love
do we want to
that
give a shout out to?
Well, who said? I think it was you, say Joe, that we were gonna. Oh no, you did it on Nailed It, where we were gonna go down every.
Yeah, I did.
Every
20,
Unfiltered Studios.
22 or 23 different podcasts now. So,
Well, we'll have by the end of the week. For those of you who aren't commenting on Tuesday night, by the end of the week, we will have another show that joining the studio. Was just confirmed today, and we will have. And St. Joe's looking at me, going, "You motherfuckers didn't tell me." But we'll tell you after, and then you'll understand. But we will have another program on joining Unfiltered Studios by the end of the week. We just need to get it up on the website.
On the website, yeah.
Yeah,
cool.
Get everything situated on that, but that'll be 23, maybe.
Yeah, 20, 20 at least. We have 22 for sure. So yeah, that's probably 23.
So
it's called Two Girls, One Microphone.
Yeah, it's actually called.
Yikes!
It's called,
they better have an OnlyFans.
It's my dream podcast of serial killers. Are they really that bad?
Yeah.
And it's gonna be.
Where did the microphone go? What's that sound?
I keep telling you I'm pro dildo.
It's my favorite ASMR.
Did they film river rafting?
Right now, the 9 fucking people who aren't commenting are Googling ASMR. What the fuck is ASMR?
It's noises
Okay.
that put you to sleep.
All right, I'm calling it. We have anything more sports related to talk about?
Yeah,
because this is off the rails.
Sounds like a river.
The Nuggets are gearing to sweep the Lakers.
Ooh, we brought up the NBA.
It is a real sport, at least when playoffs start.
Yeah.
Are we talking about the NBA for a second?
Well, so Mike texts me this morning. He's like, "This game was amazing. You must have watched the Nuggets game."
And baseball has way too many fucking games in a season.
Yeah.
No, bite your tongue. Bite your tongue. It is a short season.
Anybody who can keep up and watch 162 games, you need to get. I know you have a lot of hobbies, Kev, but
yeah,
you need a few more.
That's my main one. That's my main one. There are very few things that will stop me from what I'm doing, and a baseball game is one. I even we have a minor league team here, Mike, and I really enjoy going to those games, especially when the AAA affiliate of the Atlanta Braves shows up, and
so I've heard.
But the minor league game, I mean, it's just like you enjoy going to hockey games, yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I mean, same thing. I look at. I think a lot of people look at me and talk and look at baseball like I look at hockey. I think it's a lot of fun to go to, but I just can't watch it on TV.
Yeah.
I mean, it was better when Fox in the '90s had that little glowing thing around the puck.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
And when they hit it hard, you had But I know a lot of people will be like, man, baseball's fun to go to, but I just can't watch it on TV. It's too slow. And they're trying to speed it up. But when you get fucking people like this fucking guy named Angel Hernandez, and he's
I have a
just
bunch
he's
of missed
just
calls from Angel Hernandez.
it's
Phone
a
keeps
foot
ringing. Can't
fucking
pick it up.
out. It's a foot fucking out. And strike, and then I don't know if you guys saw Aaron Boone, manager of the Yankees.
Yes.
Yeah.
Fuck that guy too. He's arguing. He's arguing with the ump. Some dude yells from the stands, and the ump tosses Aaron Boone there. But it's like I didn't say anything because it's the dude
hilarious.
from the stand. It was funny.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, that's
anyway,
very funny.
to finish my story, Mike texted me really early this morning, and I'm like, it's early for me. Mike's an hour behind us, or what is it? He's an hour ahead of us. So I'm like, Mike was up really early. I don't know was it a baby?
No, well, baby turned into a BM.
Oh, nice. Well, so I get this text that has highlights from the Nuggets Lakers game, and the Nuggets are disposing and dispatching LeBron James nicely. Thank you, Denver Nuggets.
Good.
Please continue. Yeah. Please continue. Did you see LeBron James cried after the game?
About the refs, yeah.
About the refs. They asked him a question, and it devolved into this monologue about how the refs weren't calling the game the way he wanted it to, and then he just got up and left. Didn't take any more questions.
So I can't stand LeBron, and if the Nuggets can sweep them, which would be game 4 would be on Saturday, this would be the 12th game in a row the Nuggets have beat the Lakers, which would be just fabulous.
Epic.
But I will give them their dues last night. The Nuggets did not play well at all. And LeBron, Anthony Davis,
they look good.
And D'Angelo Russell had a great game.
Yeah, they were good. I saw. I mean, from the highlights, they all played really well. So, and that shot from Murray at the end of the game, that was
disgusting.
Yeah, yeah. So a nice fadeaway shot.
We lost Kev.
No, Kev gave us a. Finally, somebody commented. One of our people watching. What's the wrench for?
I don't know.
You can dodge a wrench. You can dodge a ball.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh God.
So Kev, when I walked in the house to get on here,
okay,
I briefly said hi to my wife, and she said, "Oh, I made some Swedish meatballs for dinner if you want that." And I said,
"Nice.
Shit, I should have a bowl of that when I get on the fucking show."
It's actually what I had for dinner. Ironic that you say soon to be world famous wife. She's like, "How many you want?" I said 20. She's like, "I'm sorry."
All of them.
I'm like, there's like 4 things I can eat now, and protein's one of them. So yeah, 20. You want a vegetable? Fuck no. Do I look like I eat vegetables? Seriously, I've got like 9 chins here. Come on, Anyhow.
All right. Well,
I think
we're ready to wrap up.
Yeah.
Yeah. You got anything else?
Two girls, one microphone, where they teach you how to wrap it up.
So glad you showed up.
They're going to be on the marathon episode.
The marathon episode.
Yeah. Mike told me that he wants a piece of that too on the marathon episode. He wants a piece of that too. He said he'll do a couple hours.
I don't know what you're talking about, but sure, let's do it.
He said he'll take from 3 to 5 a.m. Fucking, he's gonna talk about Jerry's kids. He's gonna fucking sing a Sammy Davis Jr. song.
It'll probably be from the toilet, but that's fine.
Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. So
all good.
Go check out everybody over at unfpod.com, all of our friends over there for the Unfiltered Studios Podcast Network. We hope the draft, is fun for everybody. And for Mike, for Beebs, for St. Joe, my name is Kev. We'll catch you guys next week.
Flip-flops.
Catch you on the flippity flop.
I was wondering if you're going to fucking say it.